Let's talk about this one. It's on Linda Akeji's blog. This is an entry from Olumo of Derby. He says, it's unfair how some Nigerian women are treating some Nigerian men once they get outside of the country, especially to the UK. You both make good plans from Nigeria for a better future, but once you get to the UK, you just don't care anymore. Japa love is a big scam. So many men are depressed. There was a lot of response that came through that about how women, after they've gotten outside the country, start to treat their men. In fact, it went on, and people started making submissions about how women fall out of love with their husbands and find white guys interesting instead. So is this a thing? I do not know, because I haven't moved my family outside the country, but I'm very sure that this will not happen. In any case, how prevalent is it? Okay, you want to go?
So I think for me, when I hear it, although it's scary, because when I think about it, I know like 13 different people that have relocated, and in the past 5 years, only 3 are still married. So
oh wow, so that's real. That's real.
So it's very, very. But it's funny because I always just see it as, I mean, you guys decided that you're going to do this thing together. Why do you flip on each other? Like, it's funny. And in about 2 or 3 of them, it was actually the guys that decided that I'm not doing it again. But although more women than men say, man, look, I'm not. I think it's just, I think there's something in their broad air that they perceive like, I'm not this person again. And I think men actually also need to understand that you would forever and ever be loved and appreciated by what you do and what you provide. And usually, the scales of marriage are never equal. One person carries more weight than the other. As much as possible as a man, try, even if you don't want to, try to make sure that you're carrying more weight than you most probably should when you're abroad. Because once the scale balances, everything changes. Everything changes. A friend of mine was a secretary of a company in Nigeria. His wife went to the UK. This was before everybody started traveling. She went to the UK to do masters, and he didn't want the family to break. He was with the kids. So he decided, you know what, I'm going to quit my job, move over there to go and be with you. I mean, he got there. He couldn't really get any great job like that, so he was just doing all these menial jobs here and there. She finished her masters, and all went well. She got a good job. And one day, I think that was like a year after she started working, she looked him in the face and told him that she's not attracted to him anymore.
Yep. Okay.
And it's 5 years on, the guy never recovered.
Wow.
Sorry, I need to take a page from what you just said. You know, this is something that people don't really talk about, but happens in every marriage when you lose that attraction.
You reinvent.
It's easier said.
The only way you can reinvent as a man, the only way you can reinvent as a man is to always make sure that you never fall off. And when you say, people say things like, oh, this guy is misogynistic, oh, this guy is a narcissist, but women love men they can admire. The guy's wife, in my own opinion, this is, I don't know if that's what happened, but I feel like, okay, so the guy was doing probably a couple of minutes, doing like 3 or 4 different jobs.
That's not the person she married.
Exactly.
One. But she forgot that he became that person because he wanted to keep the family together.
Yeah.
Now, now she sees boys in the city wearing suit and tie, going to work.
That's what she's attracted to.
And that's why I always say that as a man, what the woman loves about you, most times she wants to change ultimately. And if you let that happen, she'll lose attraction for you.
True.
Balance. Just balance.
I also feel.
Okay.
I also feel that one of the reasons why most people go apart. I've got about 7 friends that relocated with their families, and as I speak right now, maybe about 2 are still together. The rest are separated.
It's just what it is.
And it's very alarming. It's very bad, and I feel it's a culture shift because a lot of times people make these plans together. They want to get over there, do the whole family thing, and they realize that they're running a race that they can't keep up with. The wife is having different shifts, the husband's having different shifts. In actual sense, they are never really together. Because it's a race of survival, and most importantly, most times it's about the kids rather than their relationship. What that happens is that one tall, dark, and only guy comes into the picture most times. Yes, it's the truth.
Let me add to what you're saying.
Yeah, real quick again, because we're
Let me add
to
to
the main
what you're
topic.
saying now. There was something Femi has said often about how, I can't remember the right words, but it's like, you're as faithful as your options.
Of course. Of course.
You get me? And that happens for both men and women.
Women, yes.
When a man gets to a certain level of success or finances and sees what he is actually, the pool that he can actually pull from.
this
Do you understand? If he's not disciplined, his taste can change. And same for women as well.
Exactly.
So when you're exposed to that, even culturally, and you now feel as if there's certain levels of freedom, you have access to these people, it's crazy. In this kind of situation, the only thing the guy can do is succeed.
And just add to what you're saying, yes, even with whether you succeed or not, you see, when they take out the religious barrier out of a lot of things, it changes. You know, a lot of times, certain women, and you know, they fall under the, oh, I have to do this because this is what I'm expected to do as a Christian or as a Muslim. But you get into a society whereby they don't really care about your religion, they don't care about your background.
Out the window.
People are, you know, then you now say, wow, this world is different.
Here's the thing. You can work on yourself, not for your partner, but just for yourself. You can get in shape. You can make more money. You can change the way you dress. You can tell your wife that has said she's not attractive to you.
There's something I
when
keep
she sees
saying,
you have moved on. Some people, when they see you have moved on,
there's something I
they come
keep
back.
saying, and I'll keep saying it, and it's going to get me into trouble. But you see, that your beautiful wife out there, you are not the only one seeing that woman.
True.
So if you're not upping your game or whatever, there are plenty of tall, dark, and honey ready to take over.
This tall, dark, and horny has this, like, it's your...
And tall, dark, and honey, and wears glasses.
You're kind of smart. You wear glasses too. You're darker than I am.